the grey-haired men who were young with him and shared in his labour and suffering should speak here today, it is perhaps that I could be said as speaking on behalf of a new generation, one that has been rebaptised in the Fenian faith and accepted the responsibility of the Fenian programme. I propose to you then that, by the grave of this unrepentant Fenian, we renew our baptismal vow. By the grave of this unconquered and unconquerable man, we ask God, each one for himself, such unshakable purpose, such high and gallant courage, such unbreakable strength of soul as belonged to O'Donovan Rossa. Deliberately we avow ourselves, as he avowed himself in the dock, Irish men of one allegiance only. We of the Irish Volunteers, and you who are associated with us in today's task and duty, are bound together, and should stand together henceforth in brotherly union for the achievement of the freedom of Ireland. For we have only one definition of freedom. It is Cohen's definition. It is Mitchell's definition. It is Ross's definition. Let no man blaspheme the cause the dead generations of Ireland served by giving it any other name and definition than their name and their definition. We stand at Ross's grave not in sadness, but rather in an exaltation of spirit, as had been given to us and come thus into so close a communion with that brave and splendid Gael. Splendid and holy causes are served by those who are themselves splendid and holy. O'Donovan Rossa was splendid in the proud manhood of it, splendid in the heroic grace of him, splendid in the Gaelic strength and clarity and truth in him. And all that splendour and pride and strength was compatible with the humility and simplicity of devotion to Ireland, to all that was olden and beautiful and Gaelic in Ireland. The holiness and simplicity of the patriotism of a Michael O'Cleary or an Owen O'Growney. And those clear, true eyes, almost alone in his day, envisioned Ireland as we of today would surely have her. Not free merely, but Gaelic as well. Not Gaelic as well, not Gaelic merely, but free as well. In a closer spiritual communion with him, more now than ever before, or perhaps ever again. In a closer spiritual communion with those of his day, living and dead, who suffered in English prisons. In a closer spiritual communion with our own dear comrades, who suffer in English prisons today. On their behalf, as well as our own, we pledge to Ireland our love, and we pledge to English rule in Ireland our hate. This is a place of peace, sacred to the dead, where men should speak with all charity and restraint. But I hold it a Christian thing, as O'Donovan Rossa held it, to hate evil, to hate oppression, to hate untruth, and in hating them, to strive to overthrow them. Our foes are strong and wise and wary. But strong and wise and wary as they are, they cannot undo the miracles of God, who ripens in the hearts of young men the seed sown by the young men of 65 and 67, coming to the miraculous ripening today. Rulers and defenders of realms, need be wary to defend against such processes. From death springs life, and from the graves of patriot men and women spring living nations. The defenders of this realm have worked well in secret and in the open. They believe they have pacified Ireland. They believe they have purchased half of us and intimidated the other half. They think they have foreseen everything, think they have provided for everything, but the fool